Why did you wave?
What do you mean, why did I wave? Because I'm waving by. You don't wave by to people?
No.
That's right, you always just say, off, nerd.
On today's episode, we're making goulash, which is a Hungarian dish, and my mom used to make it a lot, and recently it was Mother's Day, and I like goulash, so we're making goulash. Goulash is kind of like a beef stew, I guess, with paprika, lots of it. And you can use whatever you have at home. You can make it with beef, like we had today. You can make it with pork. We're adding onions and a bell pepper and some mushrooms. These are canned mushrooms. I already drained and rinsed them, and they're gonna get fried. But you can add essentially anything you have at home, but this is like the classic basic version, and then you can eat it with rice, noodles, or mashed potatoes, or all three of them. It's up to you. We're gonna start by cutting the onion and the bell pepper so everything is ready to get going. Oh yes, and for seasonings other than paprika, we have two because one is almost empty. Salt and pepper, tomato paste, beef bouillon or broth. Okay, now we cut.
We have 2 bowls for it.
Put cut ingredients in there. Okay, so we're cutting the onion, a whole onion, into small pieces. Onions always make me cry. Was it my mean husband? Onto the bell pepper. So what I do with bell peppers so I get the maximum bell pepper possible is I cut off the top, then I cut around the green part, like this. Then only this is trash. Then I take out the center, make a mess. Take out the white fleshy bits here. Have a bunch of seeds on my cutting board now. Cut this in half. Take out the white fleshy bits here, or whatever they're called. They probably have a name, but I don't know what it is. Okay, then we're gonna take the seeds off here and take this to the sink real quick to rinse it off. Okay, so I've rinsed off both my cutting board and the bell pepper to get rid of the seeds. I don't know why I do that. Probably not really necessary, but I always try to get as little seeds as possible into my dishes. Then I'm cutting it into strips. Then the strips into little dices. The top parts cut in half, and then I guess half again. I don't really do a specific size. This is a stew, so it doesn't really matter that much because a lot of it is gonna cook down. Also, you can make this in a pot like we are going to do. You can make it in a crock pot. You can make it in a pressure cooker. Just adjust the cooking times. Technically, you could also add potato, but we're not gonna do that today. Okay, so now we've got all of our veggies, and we're gonna move to the stove. We're starting now with the mushrooms, so add some oil to your pan. I'm starting with the mushrooms because they were canned, so if you have fresh mushrooms, you start with the meat. And we're looking for some browning in these mushrooms, some crispiness. So now the mushrooms have a little browning to them, like here and here, and here and such. So we're
Wonder where all the mushrooms are brown.
yeah,
They're already brown.
they're browner now. I'm taking them back out, and then I'm dropping some, and then I'm gonna cook the meat. Depends on which way you're cooking it. The way we're cooking it, like 4 hours.
We're gonna simmer for 4 hours?
Yeah. Now, add the meat.
Nasty side up.
Add some salt and pepper. Stir. So you want the meat to have like some browning on it too. Wrong camera. So the meat will release some liquid, and you just cook it until it looks pretty much cooked through, or at least like brown everywhere. Okay, so now as you can see, the meat is that cooked meat color. So we're adding all the veggies. Oh yeah, also we had 2 pounds of meat because we didn't say that before. Add the mushrooms and the onions. Add some bell peppers. Whoop. Throw some off the side.
Dangerous.
No risk, no fun, man. Okay, and stir. Now we're gonna add all the tomato paste.
That's spatula there. I think that's even bigger.
That's the same size. We don't have a smaller spatula.
Yes.
Oh, too far away.
That's right there.
Ugh. Spoon.
Boom.
Spoon. Okay, now we're gonna add the tomato paste. All of it.
So,
All of it is 170 grams. You can also add red wine. We don't have any red wine. I don't really like red wine other than for cooking. Maybe we should get some red wine just for cooking.
put some food dye in our white wine.
That's not how wine works. I'm adding some extra tomato paste because I already defrosted it. You can also add diced tomatoes if you have some. We don't, so we aren't.
Sound very unprepared for this.
No, this is just more of a do as you please dish.
Do you know any Hungarian people?
No. Not all Europeans know each other, okay? Okay. Now we're adding some beef broth. 1 cup. I added 1 cup of hot water to dissolve the beef broth cube it. Stir. Stir. This can get a little roasty, it's okay. Okay, now I'm adding the broth. Okay, now I'll turn down the heat so it's simmering. Oh yeah, almost forgot the paprika. Good. One. 2. So 1.5. Let's add 1 more.
Taste.
So 2.25 teaspoons, not tablespoons. And stir. Already smells good. Can you smell it?
Yeah, it smells good.
Okay, now we're just gonna let that stew, simmer for like 3 to 4 hours, and then you can eat it. If you're doing it in a pressure cooker, it should only take half an hour to an hour. If you do it in a slow cooker, I don't know, 10 hours on low, 4 to 5 hours on high. See you in some hours. Okay, so it's been 3 hours. Erin is hungry, so we're gonna eat now. Okay, so here's a bowl of egg noodles. And I'm gonna give it on the stir. Looks good. Then I'm just gonna slap it on there. So here's your goulash. Or should I hold it in this one? Good.
Hold it over the pot.
Goulash.
So here we are. Eve wants me to try her Hungarian goulash. Actually, it looks really good. I was telling her earlier when she was making it that it reminds me of something they used to serve on the ship called pepper steak, which is probably just the same thing, but it looks good. And it has egg noodles and meat.
What did they serve it with on the ship?
On the ship, they would serve it with rice. Yeah. And it was like hard rice, like hard to eat. That's good. I think the best part for me personally is the noodles that I made. Hands down. No, I'm just kidding. It's really good. You want to try some?
It's very good.
What do you mean, not really? Because you have like 8 calories left today.
No, because I already started my intermittent fasting.
You had a noodle.
Tastes good.
Tastes good. I would eat this at home, eat this on a ship.
Does it taste the same as on the ship?
Of course not. On the ship, like the meat's like from prison. This is from the commissary, so it's like the same thing. But no, it's not the same at all. It's really good. I like it. So good job. But we will see you next time, hopefully soon.
Why did you wave?
What do you mean, why'd I wave? Because I'm waving bye. You don't wave bye to people?
No.
That's right, you always just say, off, nerd.